Good evening, everyone, and welcome to Build Your Best Life. I'm Coach Deborah, and as always, I am excited to have you here with us today because you could have been anywhere else. So thank you so much for joining Brittany, Clark, and I. Hi, Brittany.
Hi, good afternoon. How's it going?
Going well, going well. I see we have Sean on here and Margie Howard. Thank you all for being here and ready as we jump on, getting ready to get acclimated and started here. We want to thank everyone for always tuning in and then liking, commenting, and sharing our content. We love it, love it, love it when you do that because our goal here at Build Your Best Life is to assist our young men in overcoming obstacles and building their best lives, as well as encouraging our single mothers who are out there trying to raise their sons in the world that we have today, which can be very, very challenging. So we just thank you so very much. And we are excited to be here. This is the first Blueprint for Success broadcast in 2025.
Yeah.
Wonderful. So we think we have a great topic for you today, but we want to hear from Brittany first so she can tell us all about herself and what she loves to do.
Well, thank you, Deborah. Thanks for having me tonight. I am a single mom. I have a 4.5-year-old. I do animal rescue work and some other volunteering on the weekends and some evenings. But for the most part, I am working. I work at a daycare. I'm an infant teacher. And I also am a servant leader at my church. I serve in the children's ministry. And we're into reading books and going on hikes and adventures. And we're just trying to build up our best life, you know?
All right. It's awesome. 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 Thank you so much. Well, today, Brittany and I will be discussing our topic, which is a mom and her son, a mom and her son. Because I don't know how many of you, ever sit and think about it, but, our first years are the most formative years. Those can really, really make a difference in an adult's life. We don't think about it. We think, when they get in elementary school and things like that. But as soon as they're here, even when they're in the mom's womb, moms can begin to read, sing, touch, and everything. So a mom is so essential to our children. Well, I like to dig in and get the facts on some things. So I had to do some research because, I thought I had all my statistics down, but things change. And so this is based on the most current statistics that's available. And it states that according to the 2024 data, that in the United States, there are more than 23 million children, just in the United States, 23 million children that are living in a single parent family home.
Wow.
And that's one in every 3 kids. And they said that total has risen over the last century. And some of the things that are going on that causes those numbers to have increased is that a lot of families now just have decided to marry later in life. So the marriage rates are declining. There's an increase in the divorce rates, as well as an increase in children born to single mothers. And it says within single parent families, most children, 14.3 million, live in mother only households.
Wow.
So that's huge. And so we can see, as we talk this year, about the things that mothers do, the things that mothers go through, the assistance that mothers need, that we can have more people that are stepping up to assist, because we, as Coach says, we can all use someone to help us.
Yep.
Yeah.
Someone is assigned to help you.
That's right. So, those are the statistics. So that's what life is today. It can change, but we don't know which way it'll change going forward. But that's what it is today. So, Brittany, would you define yourself as a single mother raising a son, or would you define yourself as a mother fighting to ensure that your son is successful?
I would say that I am more on the fighting to make sure my son is successful. Obviously, I'm a single parent. But he does have his dad in his life, and it takes a heavy amount of co-parenting to make sure we're on the same page so that he can be successful. Right now, he's going through a difficult time, having a hard time expressing his emotions appropriately. And so we are doing lots of research and lots of play therapy and lots of, good communication to make sure that we are helping him through this process and helping to raise him so that he can successfully express his emotions.
That's good. That's good. Love it. Yes. And, if we all would think about that, and individuals would work and think, hey, let's ensure that as many, and my niche is young men, but as many young men as possible, if we can assist in whatever way to ensure that they are successful. Because, sometimes, and we say single parent homes, but sometimes there are 2 parents in the house, but one of those parents are really absent because they're not, getting involved in what it takes to raise a child. It is not just, okay, God gave me a child, so, whatever I do, that's all they need. No, it takes more than food and clothing. We can't depend on when they go to school, they'll learn this. It starts at home. We have to make sure that we give them the basics that they need. We start with the numbers and the ABCs and okay, and they say you're not supposed to say no. But okay, we're not gonna stand on the seat right now. We're gonna stand and make sure we stand on the floor when we have our shoes on. So all those things, we have to work as a village. A lot of times you'll see people, and you may be, because I have a 4-year-old grandson, so I know. So it's like when he does something, you can see people standing back and they're looking like, okay, they're not raising that child at all. But that's not it. He's full of energy. We don't know what it is, but he's just full of energy, and so we work with him. We're working as that parent and grandparent and at school, but there's only so much you can do because it takes everybody. So don't stand and look at me like that. We're trying, we're working, but we all have to work together.
Right. Yeah, I think a lot of people forget the raptor stage of parenting. And once they hit the 4-year-old stage, they lean heavy on their impulsive thoughts and they don't stop to think about what they're doing most of the time before they do it. And so it's a lot of winging it and going with the flow and figuring it out as we go.
All right. Yes. All right. So we got Miss Tony here, Tony and Tanya, Dan. Thank you all for tuning in as we talk about our moms and sons tonight. So, Brittany, right now, what is one of, well, not it doesn't have to be one, but what are some of the biggest challenges that you face?
Do you mean in regards to parenting or just life in general? Or with myself?
A combination of, because as you parent, there's certain things that come into play with that.
I would say the biggest challenge right now is, like I mentioned, helping him process his emotions. He goes from calm to angry in about 3 seconds, and it takes a lot of talking to him to get him back down to a surface level where he can stop and say, well, I got mad because of this. It's also a lot of repetitive. I said, we're not doing that right now because when he wants something, he wants it now and he doesn't understand. We have to eat dinner before we can have 42 pieces of candy. Not that he eats 42 pieces of candy, but, and also it's a lot of thinking ahead, but also trying to stay in the moment because, if it's a Saturday and we need to do something in the afternoon, if he hasn't had a nap, it's, planning the day so that he can either get a nap or have some downtime, because no nap and no lunch means an angry raptor of a 4-year-old. And we don't want any of those things. And I think a lot of people who don't have kids or don't have young kids anymore don't think about how much thinking and planning goes into a parent's day, even if it looks like they're winging it, because you have to plan your day. You kind of have to plan your day around them, but at the same time, it's learning how to take care of yourself, because you can't take care of them if you aren't taking care of yourself.
All right. Yeah, and that was a great point that you brought out about, how you have to maneuver things. And like you say, people don't understand. Not the youngest, the one next to the youngest, like I say, Grayson, he's 4. And his birthday for last year, they had it at this place. I forget the name of it, but they had it at, I want to say 10 or 10:30 in the morning on a Sunday. And people were saying, and I was saying, I'm going to my grandson's birthday party, so I won't be in children's ministry, we had to shift some stuff around. Well, why are they having it so early? Well, they don't understand that because he's calm at 10 o'clock, 10:30 in the morning. It's not time for a nap. Got a lot of energy, but it's happy energy. And everybody have a much greater day if it's
Right.
energy.
Right.
Yeah. So it worked out really, really well. He didn't get tired and everything was fun, fun, fun. But, but it takes us trying to understand each other, not judging other people. And sometimes just take into consideration, what is it like? Because I tell people like how I acted at age 4 is nothing like my grandson acts now. It's nothing like my oldest granddaughter, which is 27. It's not like she acted when she was 4. It's all different. So you can't judge people and say what they are or are not doing. But kids are just a little different. And you have to, as a mom, your child, and you have to do what's best for your child because that's why God loaned it to you.
Right. One of my favorite phrases right now, I've been stuck on this for 6 months or more, is I don't remember the phrase, but it's, you can't throw stones while washing feet. And I'm not an expert at it, but I always think about that when I catch myself looking sideways at what somebody else is doing or how somebody else's kid is acting, because maybe they just need a little extra love right now.
Exactly. Yep. That's wonderful. Hi, Jocelyn. Thank you for tuning in. So, do you have a village that is willing to assist you, as a single mom? Or do you feel like you're just for the most part, you're just out there by yourself? Do you have family that lives near you? One.
I do. I have family. I have friends who are like family. I have friends. I have a lot of people that I could call and ask for help if something happens and I need help. And also, thankfully, most of those people are the ones that we are, doing life with. So if something happens and I can't show up to an event because of my Raptor 4-year-old, they are definitely understanding.
That's good. That's very, very good because, there are a lot of people who don't sometimes. And then there are people that just won't ask, and just you mentioned it earlier. You were saying that you have to take care of yourself. So a lot of times it may be that, hey, what are you doing? They may have a child that age and they're, having a little playtime or play day or whatever that they can, can Remy come over for maybe an hour? Then I'll join you. Sure, no problem. Because if they have a child that's around that age, they probably understand. So it's a time for you. You might go home and just sit down and like, okay, I'm going to read my Bible. I'm going to read a book. I'm just going to sit, or it may be an opportunity to do something at home that you need to get done. But it's that me time. What is it that I need to do for Brittany that's going to make me a better mom?
Right. And that's funny enough, I was inspired by Coach to join the 5 a.m. club. So I get up at 4:30 in the morning and I get myself ready and I go to the gym by 5 and I work out, and then I join his morning sessions, and then I take a shower and do my Bible study, and then we get ready for the day.
Good. That's good. Okay, well, we got some moms out here. Y'all kind of silent there because put us some comments in the chat. Tell us, some ideas you have, or, what are you thinking right now? Because I believe this is a good topic and a lot of us could benefit from it. And guess you say, well, Coach Jeffrey, you don't have any little ones, but yes, I do. I have little grandbabies, my 7 heartbeats. I have the 2 youngest ones are 4 years old and 18 months old. So this helps me as well. So put some information in the chat. Hi, Yvonne. All right. So, we're always here to help, to give assistance, provide input. So give us some tips on things or methods or whatever in starting to train early. how that can assist them in later on in life.
So I am not an expert by any means. I'm learning as I go, like most of us are. But one thing that I have started doing is I bought a large digital clock, and I have picture cues that are hanging on the wall in different areas. And so he knows at this time, because I have the times written next to each picture cue, this time we do bath time. Then we do wind down, which is read a book and get ready for bed. Then we do bedtime. And then in the mornings, we get up and we get dressed and we brush our teeth and we get ready for the day. We eat breakfast. And then I also am learning to include him in all of the daily household chore things that I do. He loves to help with cleaning up. So I try to, even if it takes me a little longer, I try to take the extra effort to include him, because mopping, sweeping, putting laundry from the washer to the dryer, those are all things that he just loves to do. So I'm trying to include him in those things. And also, I am learning to, like you said, ask for help and step back a little bit. Let him do things on his own in the capacity that he's able to. We just enrolled him in a sports activity. We're stepping out of our comfort zone a little bit with some of these things, but it's a lot of learning as you go, and also knowing that children are extremely unpredictable.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and I well, they say be careful what you wish for, but I was going to say, I wish we didn't live so far apart because Remy and Grayson sound so much alike because he loves to help his mom. If he's not sweeping, he's taking the recycle bin out to the street. He's putting the clothes from the washer to the dryer. I was like, and I always tease her. I said, I'm going to call the people on you. What people? I said, you making them work for food. Yeah, but he loves to do that as well. So y'all don't have
Yes.
any tips for us, huh? Yeah, but yeah, those are good. I like that. But I like that with the clock. And because sometimes I think you said this earlier, it's like you have to explain to them like what's going to be happening next to keep
Yeah.
them from getting so frustrated.
Yeah. And even if they don't understand, if you say we're going to the grocery store and then we have to go to Target, or then we have to go to Walmart, or whatever you're doing, even if they don't understand, then they're not surprised when you go to 3 different places, or when you have 3 different errands to run when you get in the car. It has helped me a lot because, 4-year-olds ask a lot of questions. A
Why?
lot of questions.
Why?
Why are we getting in the car? Why are we going to Target? Why do we need that?
Exactly.
And the other thing I've learned is he knows his numbers. He can't always recognize his numbers, but he can match the number on the clock to the number next to the activity. And then he knows the clock says this and the picture says this, so it's time to do this. And he likes to stick to his picture cues.
Okay. So he's getting into those habits, forming
Yes.
habits.
Yes. Forming
Good.
positive habits so that he can take those habits in later in life.
That's awesome. I love it. Love it. Love it.
Doesn't mean we
Mm.
do them all every single day, because sometimes his 4-year-old brain just doesn't want to take a bath. Sometimes we have to rearrange it a little bit to talk him into his bath time, but it's okay.
Yeah. All right. Well, can you have any closing remarks or closing uh, bits of wisdom or insight you want to share?
Well, another thing that I will share is something that I have to remind myself daily is, how do you eat an elephant one bite at a time? You won't always be able to finish every task every single day. As long as you stick as close to your routine as you can, and know that sometimes you just have to roll with the punches and as long as the basics are covered, the world will not fall apart and everything will be okay.
Love it, love it, love it. Well, Brittany, this has been a great talk. I really appreciate you taking the time because I know, it's a sacrifice, for you to do things like this because I know your time is very, very valuable. So I really greatly appreciate it.
Well, I really appreciate you having me, and it's been a lot of fun.
Thank you. And thank everyone for tuning in today. I hope that you enjoyed this talk. Please share it with someone that was not on here so that they can maybe check it out later. But I think that these talks, if we can get them out there to people, that it will benefit them greatly. And if you'll notice as we go move forward over the next couple months that some things have changed with Build Your Best Life. Like you notice it was Blueprint, the number 4 success today as we started out. And normally on second Thursdays we have coffee chat, but now we've changed that. So every Thursday we'll have Let's Talk About It. Let's talk about it. So this Thursday, we're going to have Carol Crockett, and we're going to be talking about couch potatoes.
All right. That sounds fun.
Yeah. So that's what we'll be talking about. And then the next week, Brittany will be on here. We'll be talking about, we'll let you know next week, next Tuesday, what we'll be talking about. But Brittany will be here next Thursday.
Yes, I can't wait. I'm excited.
Great. So again, thank you all so much for tuning in. We appreciate it. Thank you, Jocelyn. Jocelyn says it was a great conversation. So we appreciate that so much. So please make sure that you do tune in Thursday, 6:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 5:30 Central Standard Time, and learn about the couch potato.
Can't wait to see it.
So remember, building your best life is our business. That's not a slogan. It's our commitment. I love you. Be blessed. Stay safe. Have a safe week. And if you're here like I am and not used to this cold, stay warm. I love y'all. Bye-bye. Talk to you later, Brittany.
Okay.